Hello and welcome to Midas Markets Daily News. Let's kick off your trading day with the latest financial news and market headlines.
Hi traders, this is Jason with the market update. The US dollar index slipped towards 100.8 on Wednesday, extending its pullback after testing a 15-month high near 101.6. The Federal Reserve kept rates unchanged, despite three policymakers favoring a hike as inflation risks and the labor market remained firm. The dollar weakened even as oil surged, while rising energy costs supported the euro and yen. Sterling also remained strong ahead of the Bank of England's policy decision. WTI crude surged more than 7% on Wednesday to around $83.5 a barrel, ending a three-day decline as Middle East tensions escalated. President Trump warned of a strong response against Iran following an attempted attack on US forces. Drone strikes on Saudi oil facilities and concerns over shipping through the Red Sea and Strait of Hormuz added further supply risks. API data also showed US crude inventories falling by 3.3 million barrels. Spot gold traded near $4,065 an ounce on Wednesday after falling to a one-week low. A strong US dollar and caution ahead of the Federal Reserve decision and Warsh's remarks weighed on prices. Central banks and long-term institutions continue to provide structural support, but heavy futures positioning leaves gold vulnerable to profit-taking. Higher real yields could further increase the cost of holding gold, limiting its safe haven appeal in the near term. Yen traded just below 164 on Wednesday and remained near the upper end of its recent range. The pair regained support ahead of the Federal Reserve and Bank of Japan meetings despite easing Middle East tensions and lower oil prices. The market is now focused less on safe haven demand and more on the gap between US and Japanese policy expectations. Meanwhile, lower Treasury yields suggest the dollar's rebound is not being driven by rates alone. Euro climbed above 1.145 after the Federal Reserve kept interest rates unchanged. Divisions among policymakers raised doubts over a September rate increase, pushing the dollar lower. A US-Iran ceasefire and falling oil prices also supported the euro. However, upside remains limited as markets still price a strong chance of a September hike, while energy supply risks, persistent inflation, and a weak Eurozone growth outlook continue to support demand for the dollar.
We hope you enjoyed today's market outlook. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Remember to join us tomorrow morning for the freshest news.